Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are. So we tell them, beyond the barracks, mighty battle sisters.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Battle Sisters May 2024 podcast. I'm Nicole Romero, U.S. Navy veteran.
And I'm Jared Sharp, Petty Officer, Second Class, U.S. Navy, and I'm currently active duty.
And I'm Linda Cater, U.S. Marine Corps veteran.
Yes, I'm so glad to have everybody here today. As you guys can see, we do have a special guest. This is, we have Mr. Jared Sharp. This is my soon-to-be brother-in-law, son-in-law, and this is the father of my beautiful grandchild, as all of you guys know. I'm sure all of you guys know from seeing all my Facebook page posts and stuff about my grandbaby Maya. This is her dad, my daughter, which is in the military as well. My daughter Kayla's boyfriend, and he's here to discuss the Department of Defense SkillBridge program with us today. Yeah, we're happy to have him.
I'm blessed
Yes,
to
thank
have.
you for coming.
Thank y'all for having me, for sure. Glad to
Right
be here.
on. So, we're going to kick off our second podcast for the month of May. And I can't believe summer is already here upon us. And we're going into the next season. And we're going to learn some very interesting facts about how one is active duty, and then the benefits of what the Department of Defense provides the active duty personnel once they're about to get out of the military when it comes to vocational, educational, and maybe getting helping them get a job once they go into the civilian life. So with that being said, we're going to get started on the discussion here. So the Department of Defense SkillBridge program. Jared, tell us a little bit about what exactly that program entails.
It is pretty much a way for military personnel, DOD-wide, regardless of their branch of service, Coast Guard, Space Force, anything of the sort, that are transitioning out of active duty into the civilian sector to get the training that they're trying to have for the job that they're going into the civilian sector. And it goes up to, you get a maximum of 6 months, so 180 days to do your training.
Is that how long your program is?
No, my specific program through my computer career, the Cyber Warrior program, is only 3 months.
I was about to say, and what program are you doing as of right now?
I'm in the information technology program, so cybersecurity.
Interesting.
I'm headed towards the pen testing part of the cybersecurity thing. It's going pretty much penetration testing. We pretty much just penetrate a network, and we tell the client that we penetrated the network. This is how we got in, and this is how you can kind of guard yourself on getting penetrated, and
like preventing hacking or.
So you're looking for
phishing.
loopholes.
Yes, ma'am. We're
And this is for I'm assuming businesses and corporations.
Well, we just had a humongous. I don't remember the specific, but I don't remember all the specifics. But we just had a huge medical documentation hack.
Oh, and that's big right now.
Wow, people trying to
That is-
access personal records from the medical.
Cybersecurity, yes. that's
Wow.
Because of HIPAA laws,
Yeah.
and so that's really big.
Absolutely.
So this is an amazing opportunity, because it actually gives you the time and the opportunity to focus on a career. So when you're getting ready to EAS, you don't just leave and okay, when I get back to my hometown, I'm gonna start looking for a job
Right.
and so forth. But you actually have time and guidance, right? The support in this program to pretty much outline what type of career you're going to be moving into.
That's correct. For me specifically, it was a little bit unique because of the program that I was going into. My computer career, excellent program. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of my computer career, but definitely look into them if you only have the 3 months, 12 weeks allotted time for your skill bridges. It is it was. They didn't make it easy for me to get my paperwork sent up my chain of command. and
Yeah,
all
I
that
was
good
about
stuff.
to ask. That was going to be one of our questions.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
what are the qualifications? But, but with, not to cut you off, but
you good.
what time frame? Because you're still active duty right now. When do you get out?
I get out June the 27th.
So he's active duty. However, he has been conducting the SkillBridge program for about a month now,
2
Jared?
months.
2 months. But he does it from home via Zoom. And still gets your benefits. You're still active duty. Now, what time frame should active duty members apply for the SkillBridge program prior to getting out, Jared?
It depends, really. So that's kind of it's kind of on a case by case basis. I wasn't able to submit my paperwork specifically up until a month and a half before my SkillBridge program
Started?
was starting.
Oh.
Yes, different SkillBridge programs will have time slots for when they're going to do it because they have allotted instructors for those programs.
Oh,
you know what I
okay.
mean? So
So does your command initiate, excuse me, knowing that you're getting ready to EAS, do they initiate, okay, it's time to, start looking at-
Applying or...
Because don't you have to go through a certain process with your command before you could even apply for SkillBridge?
not necessarily. So it's not really anything of the. As long as you're in good standing with your program, you or with your command rather. You have all your qualifications. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing.
As far as what being like having good evals, good no kind of court martial, no kind of
No, yeah.
being in trouble, having good like you said standards. But and so yeah, because do you have any specific qualifications that you would have? That was going to be my next question. In order to be approved from the command, like how does it work? How does it work from start to finish? Because this is really good, guys. Because see, me and Linda, we're old school veteran. It feels like because we didn't have that opportunity for a SkillBridge.
Right.
We
a
didn't
few
have.
months before you were getting ready to EAS.
It was like a week of
they would call
class.
you in. They would call. My experience, they called me in and was like, "So, do you plan on reenlisting?" And at this time, I think I was like 7 months pregnant. I said, "No, I'm going to get out." And so that was the end of it.
Yeah, I just got a resume writing course at the end, like a week before I was about to transition out. And they were just like, this is how the civilian life works. And, they may have given us like a few websites to look up for a veteran to civilian job sites. But so this is very interesting that we get to have Jared on here telling us how amazing the military, because I'm sure there's got to be budgeting that they have allotted for since the times we were in. And with that being said, how does that work, Jared? So you apply, you get approved through your command. Does it depend on the job that you're going to be seeking on how much the military pays for this program?
Well, in cases such as mine, I just utilize 3 months of my Montgomery GI Bill to pay for the schooling, and in most cases they'll allow that, and they won't even put it on the DoD instruction website unless you are able to utilize at least some of your Montgomery GI Bill for the program.
So right now you're active duty, and basically you're in school.
Yes, ma'am.
So so are you reporting to your regular duty station every day, like before, and then going to school, or is the focus primarily on the school?
I'm out of the Navy as far as my command is concerned. The only thing I would do is every Monday I send an email muster, as we call it in the Navy, to my command career counselors, and they'll know, okay, he's still alive, he's good to go. Leave him alone until next Monday.
So that's wonderful. So that gives you the opportunity to just completely focus.
100%, and it was very refreshing to know that this program was out there for us to be able to specifically focus on transitioning out of the military.
bet.
You know, and I think from my general understanding of the reasoning behind the Skill Bridge program was so our Marine sailors, soldiers, airmen, coasties, you know, the spaceys, I don't know what their nickname is, but, you know, they could get out, we could all get out of the military and have some sort of avenue or a lane that we were headed
Definitely.
toward,
That's
you know what I mean?
yes. That's and that's
Because sometimes it's difficult to
Oh my
transition
gosh.
what you're doing in the military and put that into, you know, civilian terms
yes.
for, you
Yes.
know, job experience.
Yes,
100%.
yes. I want to go back to the budget. I would like to know if you have any kind of dollar amount that the military put towards, because I think that's important to know.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know like
How
what
it's funded.
I want to know how much they're paying for you to do this.
Um,
Do
I,
you know?
I paid for it.
So okay, so
know what I
so
mean?
so then that goes to say then if you're active duty and you decide so this is good information to put out there for the new active duty younger generation people that are barely going in to really remember, and this is part of our podcast. This is part of why we do this informational podcast, because if you're barely in active duty, you can have information for when years down the road when you are going to be getting out on because GI Bill isn't that an option?
It is. You can
know?
always pay for the. Are you talking about enrollment? Your initial
Yeah,
enrollment?
when you first get in, I know that it was an option for me. They didn't make it mandatory.
No, it's not
So,
mandatory, no.
so why not? You better get that GI Bill going, newbies.
Oh, definitely.
That way you have. This is
Definitely.
one of the benefits of using that GI
Yes.
Bill at the end. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, that's free money.
Exactly.
It really is, and it's
And they give you a stipend. You were telling me.
Right,
Tell
so-
us about that.
well. The stipend for me was so my specific program. They needed or required 3 months of my 36 months of my Montgomery GI Bill. So I still have 33 remaining.
Okay.
The dollar amount commensurate to 3 months of my Montgomery GI Bill it costs more than the $27,000 that my program.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So they send a couple dollars.
I was gonna say. So does it kind of match it or?
They try to get as
So
close
whatever's
as possible.
whatever's
I'm sure.
left over.
Right,
They-
they try
they-
to get as close as
Since
possible.
they pull
Okay.
that money out, whatever's left over, you actually get to keep that.
and they sent my program specifically sent all of us computers, brand new laptop
Oh,
computers.
nice.
Oh,
So
that's
they hook
nice.
you up with the
Lenovo's.
equipment. They get you situated. They get you. You guys have live. From my understanding, when you're online, you're doing it through Zoom. Do you have a live instructor?
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Right.
So my program, I'm sure
Go for it.
at least 600 of you guys watching right now are gonna sign up for my computer career right now, probably more than likely. My program specifically is. Honestly, I don't think they should be sending me a dime because of all of the information. I have a resume writer on deck
Oh,
whenever I need them.
nice.
I have different resources as far as for my specific program, and additional resources to get certificates for any other certificate that I want in the cybersecurity, CompTIA specifically.
Are those
avenues.
additional fees if you were to
Good question.
get additional certifications or certificates? Would that be additional fees?
I know that. So this program that I'm in currently, they're a part of the program is the A plus Core 1 and 2 CYSA Security and Network Plus. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to get my Pen Test Plus
Which
after
is like
the
what?
program
Like
is
another
over.
certificate?
Yes, it is. But these certificates are very expensive. You know what I mean? So for everything that I'm getting in the program, it would have been dumb of me not to give the Navy $100 a month for 12 months for this program. You know what I mean?
So they're not just they're not just providing the training material and the teacher, but they're also paying those certification fees.
There's a voucher. So, for example, my last certification exam for Security Plus that I took this past, or no, I take Security Plus on Tuesday. This
Yeah, 'cause
this
those
upcoming
get
Tuesday.
expensive.
It was $702.
Yes. Yes.
And if you fail it, guess what?
Get
That's
it.
another $702.
Wow.
Out of your
However-
GI Bill?
Nope. However, you have in this program that I'm in, which makes it so it's priceless. I can take that exam as many times as I want until I pass it.
So that's the difference of going
Wow.
through this program that you are and on your own trying to take those certifications.
I would have wasted or I would have lost out on at least $7,000 trying to do this program on my own.
Now
$7,000.
let's talk about that. So you're talking about those certificates that you're talking about, the $7,000 certificates. Now somebody wants to do that and jump on board with that because at the end, when you're about to get that JOB,
Right.
that's what
That's
will
what they're going to be looking for.
and not only that, but that's what's going to make that your salary
Yes.
that much more, right? Is that what we're
Yes.
talking about here, Jared?
Sort of. So
You
I'm
know?
talking about the cumulative amount for everything, including the computer, including not passing the exams the first couple times you take each one of them, because each one of them, believe it or not, especially the A+ certification,
Uh-huh.
which is 2 cores. It takes people. I've read Reddit posts where people it takes them 7 months to study for
I'm
those
sure.
exams. You know what I mean?
I am so
Can I ask
sure.
you, A+, is that your basic?
That's the hardware portion of the
Okay.
your.
So that's way back when, I mean, you know, because I took I studied for the A+.
Mm-hmm.
And just for that course, and this was me doing it on my own, that was about, I think, $1,000.
well,
and
that's
this
counting
was,
both
this
of them,
was
right?
20 years ago.
That's counting. That's I
Nice.
think they cut it in half and made a core 1 and core 2, and they're each 500, so it's still the same.
Yeah.
pretty
yeah,
much the
so
same.
that's amazing.
This is some definite nice information for somebody that's about to get out, somebody that's even that's going in as active duty, so that 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, 4 years down the road, if they're just going to do one term, can keep this this information in mind, you know? So let's move on. I want to
Let me ask one more question.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so are you expected to have all your certifications completed by the time that you get out?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
The cool, and that's another cool part about this program that I'm in. You know what I mean? I have at my disposal still an advisor for the program, right? So there's a couple of certifications that I may leave on the table that I'll have an opportunity to study up and then get those vouchers from my advisors from my class that I'm currently in right now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's awesome.
What about job placement, Jared, once you're done?
They do that also.
So-
So they give us all. So another mandated program that's DoD wide is the TAPS program.
TAPS.
Right, and you'll learn in TAPS about all these different websites and resources that are looking for us specifically with our clearances and everything.
So once you're done with your skill bridge program, you get that resume writer. They send it out, and you start getting contacted before, like, because I know a lot of people, they'll move from, like, for example, you guys are you're about to transition over to Texas, San Antonio. So are you gonna be sending your resumes over to Texas area, the San Antonio area for the job placements out there?
Well, so the tricky part is, you know, they'll tell you in TAPS class and even in my program, hey, make sure your LinkedIn is good and you can do all the easy applies for all the job postings on LinkedIn. Well, the problem with LinkedIn is they have a search engine optimization on there as well. They're looking for keywords in specific
Right.
resumes.
Right.
So a lot of times your resume gonna get pushed off to the side, right? So
If
what
it
ends
doesn't
up
meet those keywords.
right. So
Yes.
a lot of times I've been told by several people that it's more important that you, instead of using the LinkedIn platform to send your resume, send direct to the
company.
to the company for the position and have your resume tailored to the position that you're trying
If
to
I
get.
were you, I'd get a headhunter. I'd get a recruiter for myself.
That's gonna cost extra money.
I know.
I'm trying to raise your grandbaby. You know what I mean?
But doesn't the TAP program also work alongside with the DoD bridge skills? Skill bridge?
It kind of it's kind of an introductory. I advise all my guys since I took TAPS to take it twice. I've even talked to everyone about taking TAPS twice because there's a lot of information that they give you.
All at one time, right? That is smart. That's
Yes.
smart.
Take it twice, and
Yeah.
you know you'll
Get
miss
that.
something the first time.
Get that info while you can before you get out.
Yeah.
It's 100%, 100%. TAPS is but to answer your question, TAPS isn't. They'll introduce it a little bit in TAPS, the DoD Skill Bridge, but it's such a new program that everybody's talking about it already.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean? So everybody's gonna try to look for a way. Now, I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's looking for a way
Of course.
to get out the military 3 to 6 months before the EAOS.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. Like, what we doing? And if you're an upstanding sailor, you're where you're supposed to be at in proper uniform of the day, look presentable, smell presentable, and you take care of your business at work. There's no excuse for your command not to
Approve you.
approve you for the
Got
skill
you.
bridge. No way.
I'm sure they'd want you to be productive and when you get out and because you did how many years active duty, Jared?
11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
I'm
Jared.
blessed to serve, baby.
Now you're about to transition over to our awesome world as a veteran.
You know, it hasn't hit me yet, to be honest with you. I'm trying to
Well, we're here for you.
Listen, I need all of it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that about being a veteran to me personally is losing the camaraderie, and I'll never have.
You're
it again.
not though.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the workplace.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we can't conduct business in the workplace like we did in the military. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's kind of
Because there's that culture.
yes, and we can't.
I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be difficult. It was difficult in the very beginning. It took me a good year when I got out to transition my brain thought waves to a civilian world, and even I'm always talking about I'm a veteran. And,
Oh yeah, you gonna broadcast it for everybody. I know
but-
y'all don't hear. I'm a veteran.
But Linda, that's our Battle Sisters main focus is the camaraderie.
Yes.
But it's in a different way is what I'm trying to say. And you'll
Right.
find that when you get out. You're not going to find it now. You're not going to know what I'm saying until you get out and you start surrounding yourself with veterans of like-minded people. And I'm sure you're going to find them in San Antonio, everywhere, right? And so...
And so, and what type of maybe pre-planning or active actions are you considering? You know, like are you planning? Like, okay, when I do move back to San Antonio, you know, I'm going to join the American Legion, or I'm going to get right away just get involved, so that way you put yourself
connections.
Yes.
Well, the networking is endless with the influx of social media. You know what I mean?
You're right. That definitely.
There are several groups that I'm currently in right now on Facebook. I can't even name it off the top of my head, but I know I'm in there. You know, for veterans that have gotten out, and on LinkedIn also.
Okay.
There are a lot of veteran groups that you can get into for people that'll kind of lay the groundwork for you. Like, hey, if you're looking to do this, you need to take these necessary
Cool.
steps. You know what I mean? I know.
Or just be that familiar, face when we're used to that type of culture.
100%. You know, and that's not the real kind of sad part about getting out of the military, because I know that the veteran community is strong and it's growing daily. You know what I mean? It's at the workplace, like you can't vibe outside in the civilian sector like we did in the
Oh, we
military.
know.
You know what I mean?
I
You
remember.
can't talk to Airman Schmuckatelli like you can't talk to
You get
Zach
straight fired.
from that's gonna
You
fix
go
your
to
printer.
HR in a heartbeat.
HR gonna be on you. Your
Don't
chief gonna just
believe
come in
that.
there and yell at you if you gunnery sergeant gonna come in there. Hey, y'all leave him alone.
I got called as a civilian into the by my boss talking about, Nicole, you are smart, but you're just too rigid. Like, I didn't know how to tone it down, right?
I got caught a couple times too.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
yes.
so
Back in
it's
my
like,
younger days.
It's rough.
and to me, I thought I was being
Yeah.
soft, you know. I'm all, you call that rigid? Okay. But yeah, there was a couple times I did not make it in the civilian world with my jobs because I was let go. I think I told you this before, Linda, because I just couldn't take down the military bearing that I had. And it affected my my area, my the other employees. They didn't want to be around somebody that talked so rigid or that had military bearing like me or somebody, you know. And then it just takes a while to kind of come out of it. So, but with your personality, Jared, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so
Yeah.
there comes a time, I think, to my personal situational benefit, right? And it's directly affected my family in a great way too. I started putting my mind towards, I started kind of taking myself away a little bit more as the time for me to get ready to conclude my naval service started to come closer. You know what I mean? Because I knew that the importance of my family having what they need and me being able to provide energy to them as opposed to always providing my energy towards my uniform service.
right.
Like I've been used to that for 11 years. I done bled, sweat, and cried.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a
You know
little,
what I mean?
and I'm sure it's a little different and a little bit difficult because that was going to be my very last question for the podcast was how hard is it on your family members and on yourself to be enduring this program because you are with, your spouse is active duty right now as well. Right. So
She is. Yes.
Yeah. So like, it could that could definitely be different in nature, like if versus having a civilian girlfriend or a civilian spouse while you're doing this.
Right.
So
You asking me about the challenges?
I
of
was
that?
just asking you like like what could be, that would be the last question I would be concerned about.
And it's. You have to come to a consensus, right? And an expectation and a contingency for what you about to hit into. And,
Right.
in terms of me and my lady, I made sure that I let her know, hey, honey, I'm still going to handle my duties as the man of this house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm still going to make sure that I'm wiping butts and feeding guts. Wiping
Right.
butts and guts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what we do as fathers, as you all already. You fathers out there, you know what I'm talking about. But mothers too. But there had to be an understanding like, hey, honey, I'm good. There's going to be a lot of nights where I'm up.
Dedication.
You know what I mean?
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
I got to stay focused.
And that's not necessarily exclusive to my program, but my program is unique because I'm completely outside of my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? I'm a knuckle dragger. They call us Neanderthals. Aircraft mechanics. They call us Neanderthals. They don't know nothing about. All they know is broke, me fix. That's what y'all think of us. I'm sure.
And I was gonna say I forgot to ask in the very beginning, Linda. What is your job now? What was your job then for the 11 years you've been in? That was so important to ask.
So y'all know where the pilots sit, right? So I give them a place to sit.
But
No, I'm just so I work on the ejection seats, but
wow,
that's the most.
yeah.
I guess that's the funnest part of my job. Any aircraft you get on is going to have 16 million computers on it, right? We cool those off, and everything that basically needs AC or conditioning of air, we handle that.
Tell us once again how much is one of those aircrafts that you work on that you guys are responsible for?
Fresh from Boeing, I think they're about.
Check this out.
That's classified. I'm not allowed to say, but they're several $1 million.
Yeah, so he's got a very, very important position right now.
You almost got me in trouble. You know that, right?
Well, I was just, we like to hear on the podcast. We like to try to dig as much information out of and your active duty. So, hey, I'm a veteran. I ain't gonna be the one in trouble. No,
See,
I'm just kidding.
your grandbaby will never forgive you. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Linda, do you have any other questions for him?
No.
I really thought that this was some awesome information, you know, to put out there for our active duty, for our veterans, and just to let anybody know if they would like to go into the Skill Bridge program. I think it'd be an awesome opportunity for anybody to benefit from.
Yes.
And I just really want to thank you, Jared, Mr. Sharp, for coming on as our guest speaker.
We know you're very busy
You know,
gentleman, and so we really appreciate it.
I'm not going to be doing homework from the time I leave this venue to midnight tonight, but you know, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here, ladies. I appreciate you for guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
And, you know, with that being said, of course, we would like to thank the CMAC program and the Dream Again Project for helping us with this podcast. Please stand by for a very special announcement.
Listen, today's special announcement is for all of you that are currently active duty right now and you're starting to get to the end of your career in the military. Make sure that you're taking enough time to set aside your military career and focus on when you get out of the military. It's very important for you to make sure you have a nice size roadmap to get you and propel you towards success in your civilian career, civilian sector. Whatever you're trying to do, make sure you're taking that time and listen to the resources that you have. Use them. Use the people that are around you that are there to help you towards a successful career in whatever endeavors that you're trying to do when you get out of the military. Make sure, please, please, please use the people in your chain of command to help you. If you don't feel like you're getting adequate enough help, ask the questions and find the help for yourself. Again, your career is up to you. Whatever you make of your outside in your civilian sector, in your civilian job, is going to be up to you also. So put forth the effort, and good luck and congratulations to all of you getting ready to get out of the military like me.
Hey, in my back.
In my back.
Hey,
Hey.
in my soul.
In my soul.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Battle sisters.
Battle sisters.
Here for you.
Here for you.
True and through.
True and through.
Left, right, left.